Things didn't go exactly as hoped or planned. That sounds different. I'm kind of at a loss without having something to change this out. God, I hope we have better luck with that one, because it's just been a day. I'm always 180 out. That's going to be the new series. Nobody's ever accused me of being too advanced. Am I right?
That's strange.
What the hell?
I don't like that setup for some reason. I don't know, this thing is acting so weird. I'm like baffled here. We're headed the right direction, but we gotta go more.
Yep, nice. Hey, this is David with Redline Rebuild, working on our Slant Six engine. You can see I have it on the test stand right now, and in the time lapse, you might have noticed that we made a shift because the aluminum block that we originally started with, that motor, was not going to take a supercharger. But this is also one of 50,000, and we're kind of about that in rarity type of stuff, so we didn't feel that it was anywhere near something we should do of just throwing it away, so we completely went through it, freshened it up, put fresh rings in it, freshened up the bore. Everything looked very good. I mean, I think it only has about 36,000 miles on it, like our odometer says on the car. So goal today is to go through, get this engine started up, semi-broken in, because we did reuse the cam and the lifters because they were fine. And so we don't have to get too detailed there, but we're gonna break it in, warm it up, all that. And then, of course, probably set the timing 14 times, but that's okay. It is what it is. Secondly, the supercharged motor is going to end up on the test stand. We're going to break that motor in, and then I'm exactly like you guys, I want to see some numbers. And we're going to go see what it does. So first things first, this thing has to breathe some fire. And I don't want it coming out of here, I want it going out there. Trying. All right, so there's actually two adjustments on the, I'll call it the timing. So I slid it all the way the other direction. It's ready to run, trying to, but just not there. So add a little more. Transmission works. It runs. Man, that's nice music. I have a rev chip in it, so it won't go past $3 grand. There we have it. This one runs. At the end of the day, before we tore this motor down, we went through and dynoed it. So we have dyno results for that, and then we can make a comparison dyno-wise from what it was to what it is, and see what we did with the supercharger. All right, well, we're here at Apex Competition Engines, and we have our aluminum block Slant Six on the engine dyno. Leaning in. The dyno's gonna be like, what in the heck is this thing? right, so we got 173 on the torque.
Yep.
Nice. And 120 on the, so he was close.
He was close, but
without going over.
yeah.
All right, so we have our baseline. It's 120 horse at 3,800 RPM. Perfect. All right, so 120 horsepower, not too bad out of a Slant Six, although they were advertised at 145. So we pulled it apart, put fresh rings in it, cleaned some things up just in general, put in new bearings, and we're gonna see if we've revived it and got some of that back. So with that, we need to get this warmed up, and then we can start making our dyno pulls.
Yep.
What can I say? That sounds different.
Sounded pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it didn't sound like that before. Remember, it was like,
Yeah. What? We were way down.
way down on power.
Yeah, it's way down on power. Falls right on its head.
All right, well, things didn't go exactly as hoped or planned. We had this on the dyno, and everything mechanically is solid as can be, but we just can't get out of being rich, and it's just not running well at the top end, so we're not getting better performance numbers than what we were expecting. We're at like 108, and by factory standards, it was supposed to be like 145. So something within this carburetor is giving us issues. Again, we've checked everything on it, but not being an expert in Slant Sixes, and if you happen to be like, hey, I had the exact same problem, please throw it down in the comments, because I'm willing to try it and see if we can get this ironed out, because we do need to have this thing running well. And at the end of the day, we also know exactly why you're here. Well, at least I know why I'm here, because that. So our goal today is to get this motor broken in. We're not gonna run the supercharger to do that. We can run it right through just the carburetor, and then we'll add the belt and the plumbing here on top, and then make some dyno pulls and see how this thing does. And if it doesn't sound awesome, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Where do you want to hook this bad boy at? There we go. Hook it down there.
Okay, some moment of truth.
Fire in the hole.
Fire through the carburetor.
Fire through the carburetor.
Got a lot of fuel in it, right, from pumping.
The timing is
Way
like
off?
180 or something.
Oh, don't say that. I'm always 180 out. That's gonna be the new series. I would think it needs to be right here.
Yeah, probably in there somewhere. I mean, it might be a little slow, but it's better than it being too advanced.
Nobody's ever accused me of being too advanced. Hey, there goes the paint. Paint is not a good thing on headers. It'll all be gone in a little bit. Minor adjustment to the distributor, because we had it out for the other motor, blah, blah, blah. Dropped it in. It's sitting right at 12 degrees. Fired right up. And got a real small leak on the fuel. Other than that, we got no issues whatsoever that way. Other than there's no more paint on the headers, but that's a whole nother story. So John, we are going to break the camshaft in.
Yep.
Set our clocks for 20 minutes, is that right?
Yep.
All right, John, that's 20 minutes.
Let's shut
All
her
the
down.
vitals are still good?
Everything looks great.
All right, nice.
Shut her down and go check for leaks.
See how bad she runs on with the extra fuel? Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Sweet. I think it's coming right here out of this corner. And if you saw the pan gasket on this thing, you'd be like, there's no way it doesn't ever not leak.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised the other one, but anyhow. All right, sweet. So what's our plan here from here? How do you typically, because I know you break motors in on the dyno with the stuff that you build, and then you do your pulls, blah,
Yep.
blah, blah. So do you have any kind of sequence in between? What do you recommend, or what do you like to do?
Well, we're gonna let it cool down a little bit first. The oil temp's pretty high, so we'll let that cool down. In the meantime, we'll put the belt on it and hook all the intake stuff up.
Okay.
Once it cools off to a manageable temperature, we'll start ripping on it.
All right. All right, with the break-in done, it's time to get rowdy. See what happens. I'm not used to putting a serpentine belt on without, being over the fenders. This bad dog is a tight fit. Okay, so we have our serpentine belts on for the supercharger and our intake snout. So that's all sealed off because all the air comes through here, drawn in, pumped up, pushed in through the carburetor. And I think we're ready to roll, but we do need to check timing.
We're gonna check total
as far
timing.
as make sure see what total timing is.
What were we at? Total timing was 28?
29.
29? Okay.
And I can get a little more total in it, obviously.
Things going really lean up top.
Okay, so we did our first initial pull, and that's why you do things. You do it slowly and then work our way up. And we got up to about 4,000 RPM, and it started to get really lean. So John backed out of it, and we're gonna throw some jets at it, get a little more fuel at the top side, so that's the main jet change, and take her again. I actually looked to see if they had the holes on the outside to pull them.
Oh, yeah. So you don't have to pull the bowl off to change the jet.
I use yours, that way I get a full set stuff. Between the two of
I
us,
like the way you think.
we should have jets.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
There's the whole thing. '70s, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Seems a little
low.
low.
We'll go from a 70 to a 75 and see if that richens it up enough.
All right, so new jets are in. We bounced them up 5, and should have more fuel.
Now we're getting somewhere. We're headed the right direction, but we got to go more.
Yep. Nice.
So it was still, it's pretty good in here, but man, that thing's really leaning out up top. But from what the last
Right.
Last pull to this.
It was a
thing,
huge jump.
Huge jump.
Good, good.
So
All right.
getting that fuel ironed out.
Much better, much better. And we haven't touched timing
We
yet.
haven't done anything with timing.
We need more fuel, still. More jets, more fuel. Okay, more fuel. Oh. Come here, right? Come here, right?
That's strange.
What the hell?
I guess I don't. I'll just start into a pull and be careful. It's doing it. It's going off.
Yeah.
Just that pull wasn't very fucking clean.
Want a little more or not?
I don't like that setup for some reason. The whole peak power is the same,
Yeah.
but look how the torque is like way down. Well, I mean,
Didn't fuel it or something
yeah,
like
I mean,
that?
if you go off of these O2s, the thing is lean still. But we know, we've tried, you put any more jet in it and it falls on its head.
Right.
I don't know, this thing is acting so weird. I'm like baffled here.
Last more. More. Yeah! It move again?
Yeah.
Really?
We've been playing all day. Yeah, we're at
340.
340.
All right, so we are the full day into this, and we've been fighting. I'm gonna just say it this way: like you're always chasing your tail on how to tune something or what to tune. You make a change, this moves. You make this change, that moves. You make a change where it should be going where it's going, and it goes the other directions. Well, that's exactly what we've been fighting all day. And so we've had different jets in this, back and forth, every which way you can think of. Played with timing a little bit here and there. And we were really, honestly, we were right at the point where we're like, all right, this is the best it's gonna be. We can't do anything more. But it's like, what the heck? Let's just yank off the air filter and see if that's giving us some problems. We're only about 8 pounds of boost right now, which we really should be closer to 10, and that's where we were looking for. And with that 8 pounds, we have doubled the factory horsepower. We are well in the 300s. But there's more here, we just really kind of finding it. So again, pull the air filter off, we'll adjust that timing just a little bit, and I think we'll be a whole lot closer to what our goal was. Even though we might fall a little bit short of that, if you're disgusted because we almost tripled the horsepower, then well, I'm sorry.
$343, $375, $376.
Hey,
But it's got
that's
that.
200 horse overstock
Yeah,
that started at 145.
yeah. I guess air filters make a difference.
Yes, they do. Now, you can't drive down the street with without an air filter on because that would be ugly.
Well, I wouldn't be driving down the street with whatever that one was.
All right, so just a quick wrap up. Set the timing, we're at 36 degrees. We're at 77 and 81 on our jets on the carburetor. So we increased by basically 8 front and rear from where it was at, sizes, and we took off the air cleaner. That's the changes we've made. I mean, we fought some things, like where they wanted to mix and be the best at. We're still at about 8 pounds of boost.
Yep.
So we got 2 pounds more boost to work with, meaning our goal was to run 10 pounds of boost. So I think our boost needs to be, this pulley needs to be smaller, so our boost comes in a little bit sooner, and we get to 10 at our peak. So at 5,100, we made 343 horse at 376.
376.6.
Yeah, 376 foot-pounds of torque. That's out of a 1964 Slant Six. So at the end of the day, we did pretty stinking good. I think there's still more here.
Absolutely.
I really believe that. And we might have to revisit this. But for now, this Slant Six, the true leaning tower of power, is a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you, John.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent as always.
Appreciate it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a great time. It was frustrating and exhilarating all at the same time. Exactly like when you get out in the shop and you go do your work and get some work done. It'll be fun, it'll be sad, but at the end of the day, it's always better. It sounds great. You know how awesome this would be in a dragster?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. In a dragster, this thing would be
Even in the car.
so sweet.